What's up, my friends? Welcome to Maddix Motivations. Hey, thank you so much for joining my YouTube channel. I appreciate all of you that take the time to watch these YouTube. I really appreciate you that comment, and I really love you that share it out. So what am I going to talk about today? Well, how many of you guys have ever wanted to get more done, but you didn't want to deal with this stress? Or let me ask you guys a question. How many of you guys have been overwhelmed because of all the things that you have to do? You're tired of endless to-do lists. You don't know how to keep up. It's overwhelming. It's stressful. You never have any me time. You never have time to relax or to have fun or do some of the things that you love. Well, I am going to give you 10 things that you can do. They're going to be very practical on how you guys can get more done so that you have more time, so that you're able to, people ask me all the time, dude, how are you able to have the success that you have and still spend so much quality time with your son? Well, it's because of some of the things that I'm going to give you guys. These are practical things that I do that's helped me be a producer. It's helped me get a lot done. A lot of it has to do with focus, and I'm probably going to do a video pretty soon about focus, okay? But let's do this. The first things first, my friends, get your notepad out and get ready to take some notes. And take a picture of your notes and put it on my Twitter or my Facebook or somewhere on your social media and tag me so that I can see that you're doing the work, okay? But the first thing is you got to master. You can't be sporadic about this. You've got to get into the routine of being an early bird. You need to master the mornings, my friends. Some of you have heard other producers and teachers and thought leaders teach this very thing because it's true. If you want to have high-level success, if you want to get a lot done, you need to wake up early in the morning and you need to be about speed. You need to do as many of your important habits in the morning. Do you know how good I feel that 90% of the time by like 7 o'clock in the morning, most of my habits are done? My workout, my reading, my meditation, my prayer, my journaling, my planning, my thinking. That's a good feeling because that gives you momentum, that gives you energy. But most importantly, it puts you in charge of your life. It puts you in control of your life, okay? Now, second thing I will tell you that if you're going to get a lot done, you've got to learn how to do what I'm doing right now while I'm teaching this video. You know what I did? I put my phone on airplane mode. I am the master of this. Caleb can tell you that like on a daily basis, I'm telling him, put your phone on airplane mode, because what I'm doing is I'm turning off all notifications. And I've literally disabled notifications on my phone. Do you know what this would do for your mind? The things that you would be able to get done if you weren't distracted with all the notifications and you constantly surfing, YouTube, or not YouTube, stay on YouTube, but Facebook or Instagram. It seems like every minute you're getting a text, an email. This is really taking away our focus and our power and our energy. But having said that, I want to give you a different twist. How you get a lot done every day is by utilizing technology. I utilize apps such as Voxer. Voxer helps me to be able to communicate with many people, give them some encouragement, some personal touch. A lot of my clients answer questions without getting into a long conversation on the phone. I'm able to relay a lot of information. I use technology when it comes to writing my books. I use this app called Rev. It helps me transcribe, get my thoughts out there, utilizing, the iPhone. I'm an iPhone fan. I hope you guys don't use Androids out there because, how can you get anything done if you use an Android? But anyways, no, my friends, you got to utilize technology, okay? Number 3, master working in blocks of time. This has helped me more than anything, and that is literally saying, okay, for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to read and do nothing else. The only thing that could take me away from reading in the next 30 minutes is an emergency. Some of you literally, you could get your home cleaned if you said, okay, for the next 90 minutes, The only thing that we're going to do is clean this house, organize this garage, mow the grass. And when you learn, because what this does, it gives you hope that, like, you know, I don't got to spend the whole night. Because a lot of times our brain is wired to think, when you think about a task, you're thinking about the whole night. But if I say, you know what, from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, I'm going to file my taxes, or I'm going to work on my finances. Well, I don't feel like I'm losing the whole night when I work in blocks of time. This is how we're able to write a lot of books. This is how we're able to get a lot done, because we'll say, okay, you know what? From 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, we're going to do nothing but our prospecting. You know, we're going to take a 30-minute break after that, and from 3:30 to 4:30, we're going to write. That's all we're going to do. And literally, the key is to stick with it. The key is to treat that appointment like, you know, an airplane ride. In other words, if I was flying to California tomorrow and they said my flight leaves at 3 o'clock, there's no like showing up at 3:45. Otherwise, I would miss the flight. So what are you guys missing in your life because you're not showing up? How much money are you missing? How much time with your family? How much breakthrough? How much happiness? How much power is missing from your life? How much have you missed out on because you didn't show up for the appointment? You've got to show up for the appointment. You got an appointment with the treadmill. You've got an appointment with, you know, your home. You got an appointment with your family. You got an appointment with your mind. So it's all about working in blocks of time, setting appointments, schedule. You got to schedule in thinking time. You got to schedule in time to play. Be like, you know what? On Tuesday night, sit down with your wife, especially if you've already met her need and taken her on a date, and you say, you know what? This coming Tuesday from 6 to 8, I'm going to be golfing with the buddies, or I'm going to be out bowling or playing softball or whatever. Which, by the way, I have a friend of mine who's married with kids, and he plays softball 4 nights a week. I'm like, dude, there is such a thing as physical, financial, spiritual, relational. But dude, you're on overkill here. 4 nights a week playing softball. I get it. You're supposed to have fun, good physical exercise. But 4 nights a week when you got a wife and kids? Not good. Number 4, set timers. This kind of is married to the blocks of time. What I'll do is I'll set timers so that, and I'll stick to that, because a lot of times people like me, and I'm sure you guys can relate, I'll get engrossed in something and I'll just keep going. And this is why some of you guys lose a whole evening sometimes. You just, you know, you'll say like, you know what? Okay, for the next 30 minutes, or I'm only going to watch 2 episodes of my favorite show. Or for the next hour, I'm just going to be quiet. You wait for that timer to go off. Or for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to take a nap. Or the next 30 minutes, I'm going to do this. But you got to start setting timers, because those timers are going to tell you when it's time to switch. So you don't do anything in that block of time until the timer goes off. Timer reminds you, okay, your 30 minutes are up, your 90 minutes are up. Okay, number 5, this is important because a lot of you are missing this, and this actually is how you get more done. It's called you do nothing sometimes. You give your mind every single day, your mind and your body, a break. And I'm not talking about a break where you can check social media or a break where you can go and do things. I'm talking about a total break of being. A break of just literally, sometimes I'll just sit there and sit on the porch and I'll watch birds and I'll just be. I'll breathe and I'll do nothing. Believe it or not, this helps me get more done, because when I re-engage back into my work, I'm powerful, I'm energetic, I'm productive, okay? Number 6, learn to become a do-it-now person. Way too many of you are not getting enough done because you're procrastinating and things are building up. When if you would have just done it right away, and you would have done it quick, and you'd have been about speed, and let's see how quick I can make this happen. And believe me, I believe there's time where you do deep work, and there's times when you need to be slow and you need to think things through. But for most of your tasks, you guys can do them quicker than you normally are doing them. You've got to learn to become quick and productive. And I want you to be known in your neighborhood, known in your church, known among your friends, known among your employees as a do-it-now person. Believe me, this has saved me a lot. I never used to be this way. I used to be like, I'll get to that, I'll do it. And I'm like, you know what? I need to do it right now. Every time I think about it, put it in my calendar, I need to do it. Number 7, here's how you get more done. You learn how to start feeling good. See, having good vibes, good healthy emotions, good energy, you feel good because you exercise every day, whether it's yoga, swimming, weightlifting, running, tennis, bike riding, Zumba, whatever it may be. Guys, remind me one day to tell you about the time I did Zumba class. I was like, first of all, it was awesome because I was the only guy in there. But then that made it not awesome because I was the only guy in there. I was like, wait a minute, why am I the only guy in this place? This isn't good. And all the other guys in the gym that kept walking by, they just kind of like leaning in, looking at me. And a couple of my bros walked by and they were like, oh, you know, so I was like, oh, no more Zumba for me. But it's okay for you ladies. But look, whatever it is, you got to learn to get the feeling back. You got to learn how to start feeling good. Start carrying good energy and good vibes. Because those vibes, so the reason why some of you are not productive and why you don't get things done is because you don't feel good. You don't feel energetic. You don't feel enthusiastic. You don't feel powerful. You don't feel like a producer. You feel sluggish. You feel bloated. You feel nasty. You feel negative. But when you feel that happiness and you feel light because you're not carrying around resentment or bitterness or unforgiveness, you have good vibes. You don't think negative stuff. You don't talk bad about people. Like we heard earlier, we don't gossip. We literally have good vibes, man. We're like, you know, we like me, Jamaican man, you know. Just good vibes here only, baby. All right? Number 8 is work smarter. You got to learn to work smarter. So a lot of you are doing too much. There's an old saying, you got to say no to the good to say yes to the best. You know, sometimes you literally just need to say no. You need to be smart and say, you know what? This isn't in my priorities. This isn't urgent. This is not something that I want to do. This isn't my passion. And I'm not going to take this task, or I'm not going to volunteer for that, or whatever it might be. And you need to start asking yourself, is there an easier way? Is there an app? Is there a way I can be more practical about this and do this with less amount of stress and time and energy? You know, maybe who can I delegate this to? Some of you have people in your life, especially you entrepreneurs, who are dying for you to give up the control. I used to struggle with this so bad. It's hard for me to give up the control. But guys, if you're gonna have high-level success, you cannot be a control freak. Meaning you've got to learn to let people do what they're good at. You've got to work smart. You've got to stay in your lane and keep your focus on what you do best. And if you do what you do best, you delegate the rest. I told you I was going to give you a rhyme. Here it is. You ready? Do what you do best and delegate the rest. Number 9, if you're going to be productive and get more done each day, then you need to avoid time wasters. There are people and things that literally are sucking the life right out of you. There's certain conversations and people and things that I look at and I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to waste my time because first of all, it is a waste of time. Secondly, it's going to deplete my energy. And third, I'm so laser focused on my son and my mission that like most of the stuff I view at, remember, say no to the good so you can say yes to the best. Sometimes I say no to the good because the best is an extra hour with my son. You know, you've got to avoid time wasters like cancer. Cannot allow yourself to associate or hang out with the procrastinators and the slackers. And the last but not least, always work by priority. I teach my son this principle. Do your life like an emergency room. They're in an emergency room and they're dealing with somebody who needs some stitches and then somebody comes in with a concussion. They're not going to keep working on the stitches, or they're not going to work on the stitches while somebody's over here dying of a concussion. You got to learn to work by priority every single day. What is the most important thing that must be done right now that's going to push me towards my goals and my dreams and my visions? Okay, so here's what I want from you guys. Listen, my name is Maddix. For you that don't know, I am the author of How You Can Have It All, even if you think it's impossible. I'm the author of Just Juice It. I'm the founder of My Sales Daily, Maddix Publishing, and My Health 90. But most importantly, the proud dad of Caleb Maddix. I have a thriving coaching business, and I would be honored to do some one-on-one coaching with you guys that are my YouTube community. So all you got to do is click the link that's in my video there in the description and fill out a short form. It'll only take a minute or two. It's free to fill it out. I don't charge you for that at all. And if we're a fit, we'll work together. If we're not a fit, then I just still want you to hang out in my YouTube community, interact. I love it when you guys comment. But do share this, because you know there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that need to hear these tips. There's a lot of parents out there that this literally, for me, a lot of times this is life or death. Being a person that gets more done. It's not about ego. It's about you living your mission and you living life in a way so that you can have it all. Your family, your spirituality, your success, your money, your relationships. What do they say? Rich people have money. Wealthy people have time. What do you guys want, guys? You don't just want money, you want time. You want freedom. And if you learn to do this on a daily basis, as I've taught you guys, win today and you'll win big. I love y'all. I believe in you. And I'll see you in the next YouTube video.